This is a presentation of the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. High school sports are on the air and online. Watch this game at the Oriole Sports Network Facebook group or YouTube channel and listen to this game via radio at 102.7 WMOM, smart devices like Amazon Alexa and Google Home, or via streaming audio at WMOM.FM. This game is a presentation of the following sponsors: House of Flavors Manufacturing, House of Flavors Restaurant, Safe Harbor Credit Union, Indian Summer Co-op, Smith & Eddy Insurance. Also in part by PM Builders, Benedict's Collision, Lundquist Furniture, Crown & Cork Waterfront Kitchen, Ludington Paint and Glass. In addition, today's game is brought to you by Urca Auto Center, Team Jamie Loney 5-Star Real Estate, McGee Insurance, Ludington Chiropractic, and Groundworks Landscaping. Now it's time to bring you all the action with Todd Scoop Hansen and the team live here on the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. This is a presentation of the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. High school sports are on the air and online. Watch this game at the Oriole Sports Network Facebook group or YouTube channel and listen to this game via radio at 102.7 WMOM, smart devices like Amazon Alexa and Google Home, or via streaming audio at WMOM.FM. This game is a presentation of the following sponsors: House of Flavors Manufacturing, House of Flavors Restaurant, Safe Harbor Credit Union, Indian Summer Co-op, Smith & Eddy Insurance. Also in part by PM Builders, Benedict's Collision, Lundquist Furniture, Crown & Cork Waterfront Kitchen, Ludington Paint and Glass. In addition, today's game is brought to you by Urca Auto.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Gaylord High School, and welcome to Ludington Oriole Basketball here in the regionals. We're at Gaylord on a beautiful Thursday. I'm losing track of the days, big country, as it's been quite a week of Ludington boys and girls basketball.
Yeah, that's right. We want to keep it like that. You know, we've been having games every day this week and had a lot of success so far. We're 3 for 3 on the week, trying to make it 4 for 4 and 5 for 5 tomorrow.
Yeah, no doubt about that. The Orioles have a tall task tonight, standing in front of them, the Kingsford Flibbers. Kingsford made it to this game last year where they were eliminated by the Cadillac Vikings. And then the Vikings in the state quarterfinals got knocked out by the Saginaw Trojans, I do believe.
Yeah, that Cadillac team last year, that was a powerhouse, and I'm sure Kingsford is coming into this game thinking we don't want to lose in the same regional final game twice in a row, so they're going to give it everything they got.
Yeah, Coach talked very highly of them and says Orioles will have to maintain that strong defense that they played against the Clare Pioneers on Tuesday night at Big Rapids High School.
Yeah, not only against Clare, but against Reed City, too. We've done a great job. We've just stepped it up to a whole nother level on our intensity on the defensive end. And it's going to take a lot of that tonight. I'm looking down at this Kingsford team right now. They got quite a bit of size. I want to say this is one of the biggest teams we've played all year, so it's going to take a lot of strength.
They rival in stature, and they might even be taller than the Cadillac Vikings, and Cadillac had a tall team.
Yeah, they did.
Well, we'd like to thank House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor. Delicious House of Flavors ice cream sold around the world, made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing, proud to help keep our hometown dynamic and support Ludington Oriole sports, producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937, and pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. That's House of Flavors Manufacturing. Learn more at www.houseofflavors.com. Big thank you to all of our sponsors down the line as the stands continue to fill here. See the Oriole student section, see a lot of the Oriole fans all dressed in their orange garb. And the Kingsford coming in here, one of the more unique nicknames in not only the state of Michigan, but throughout the United States, the Flibbers.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of the term before, but now I have. It's quite an interesting nickname for a team. I like it. I like it when they have, you know, something a little bit different than like, you know, you got your typical Bulldogs or Eagles or something like that, but I like it.
Kingsford, of course, the Upper Peninsula, lots of unique nicknames up there. You have the Ishpeming Hematites and the Escanaba Eskimos, There's some pretty neat nicknames that come from Upper Peninsula teams.
I love the Upper Peninsula. I vacation up there every year. We got a cabin. It's a beautiful place.
So about 10 minutes away from the tip-off here from the national anthem and the tip. The Ludington Orioles come into this game with a record of 19-6. The Kingsford Flivers out of the great Northern UP Conference, they're 20-4. They finished 6-2 in their conference. They were runner-up in that conference. Their 4 losses this year, 2 to Iron Mountain and 2 to Marquette. So their quality, like Coach Shank said, they could be very close to being a unbeaten team. So for some losses to those 2 teams.
Yeah, I was checking out the teams in their conference. They do a lot of traveling between their conference games. It's long bus rides. So I know today they had just under a 5-hour ride here, and they're used to it, but you got to imagine that takes a toll out of any team.
Yep. The Orioles 10-2 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. They were runner-up to Whitehall. Kingsford, you look at their 4 losses. They lost to Marquette 71-69. They lost to Iron Mountain 48-47. They lost again to Iron Mountain 56-51, and to Marquette, the only time they were blown out this year, second time they met Marquette, they lost 64-37. The Flivers blew out Sault Ste. Marie in the regional semifinal by the score of 65-29. Had an enjoyable talk with their athletic director, Chris Hartman, earlier. And as the fans still continue to file in here at Gaylord High School, we want to thank Christian Wilson, the Gaylord athletic director, and great guy. I've known Christian for a number of years now, and he does a great job here at Gaylord.
Yeah, we got a really nice setup here at the top of the bleachers, so big thanks to them for getting that set up for us.
And Gaylord has been a place that has been very good to the Ludington Orioles over the years, both the girls' teams and the boys' teams.
Yeah, we have some good history here, especially those runs to the state finals, state semifinals from a few years ago, so hopefully we can keep that good luck going.
Yeah, the good news for the Orioles is that David Sunshine Schillinger, who hurt himself on that, most everybody, all the Oriole fans have seen that awesome photo that's up on the OSN page. When we were covering the game the other night, it was pretty spectacular. But then when we saw Joe Washington's photo from the local sports journal, and he captured it perfectly. Even Todd and Brad Reed said one of the greatest sports photos they've ever seen. And on that play right there, Sunshine ended up with a strained rotator cuff and 2 ribs that were out of place.
Yeah, it was a pretty awesome photo. I know my mom saw it, and the first thing she thought was, was the other guy in that picture okay? He's got his neck turned back, and yeah, it was a pretty cool picture.
Again, a big thank you to House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor, and also to Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive postgame sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. We want to thank Pure Marquette Builders. They are located at 913 South Washington Avenue in Ludington. PM Builders construct quality homes in the West Michigan area. If you're looking to build, give Scott a call to set up an appointment, 231-398-7463. We'll be giving you those starting lineups here momentarily. And we're going to Okay, folks, right now we're going to step aside and we're going to listen to the interview I did with Oriole coach Thad Shank earlier today. When we return, more of the House of Flavors Manufacturing pregame show here on the Oriole Sports Network. Stay tuned, Oriole Nation. Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the House of Flavors Manufacturing pregame coaches interview. I'm with Coach Thad Shank, and tonight your boys go up north to Gaylord for a regional number 9 Division II championship matchup with the Upper Peninsula's Kingsford Flivers. Kingsford comes into the game with an overall record of 20 wins, 4 losses. They're out of the great Northern UP Conference. Your Ludington Orioles 19-6 on the year. And what can you tell Oriole Nation about the Kingsford Flivers other than the fact that they're a very good ball team?
Yeah, they're good. They're good. The Gondon kid, the point guard, number 20, runs the show. He's a phenomenal player. He can score from deep on the perimeter. He can get the ball to the rim. He's kind of the guy that makes him go. We'll have to do an awful good job tonight of trying to keep him out of the paint and limiting his ability to create out there on the floor. Got a couple big post players around him, 6'6", 6'5", and they're strong and physical kids. We're not a very big basketball team. We've done a pretty good job on bigger kids to this point in time. But these guys are better than the guys that we've seen in the tournament so far as playing in the post. So our post defense is going to have to be really solid as well. They'd really like to run the ball down the floor. Transition D is going to be huge for both teams. So, whatever team can keep the other team from getting out in transition and getting easy opportunities, that will go a long way into who wins this game tonight, I think.
As far as the teams you played this year, would you compare Kingsford physically to a Cadillac Vikings team?
I've only watched Kingsford on film. I can't make those. I mean, film is such a different thing. You get an idea of the sets and the things that people run, but until you see somebody live in person, then it's a whole different ball game. I'm not going to make any comparisons other than I just know, with their record, a couple losses to Iron Mountain, who's really good, and a couple close losses to Marquette. I mean, they're not far from being undefeated right now, So they're a good basketball team, and that's what you're going to meet when you get to a regional final. So we're just excited about the opportunity to go up there and play.
We're going to need a defensive effort tonight, much like we got against the Clare Pioneers. Your defense was really able to push Clare out and extend them, weren't they?
Well, our defense has been really good the last month or last couple, 2.5 weeks of the season. I think what we really need to do tonight is continue that, but have an offensive explosion of some sort. We haven't been the best on the offensive end, but, you get into March and it's all about scouting report defenses. Teams, when it's do or die, are going to know what your strengths are, and they're going to, know what your weaknesses are, and they're going to take advantage of those things. And, teams have been doing a good job of laying off some of our kids who don't have the ability to make the perimeter shot, and we just got to make sure that we're playing with pace. I mean, even if we're in the half court, we're a very good team when we play with pace and we move people around and we open up space for our kids to drive and play. We just have to be a little better on the offensive end tonight and continue with the defense, and it'll put us in a position hopefully to be successful.
Had some news on David Schillinger, the latest on him. He had went down hard on that one charging foul that was called on him.
Well, he had a strained rotator cuff, and he had a couple ribs out of place, and Dave's a warrior. He's going to do his best to go tonight. We'll just have to wait and see come game time and warm-ups if he can go or not. And you think about him. He's a kid who hasn't missed a game in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do everything in his power to be out on the floor and play tonight. If not, we got a lot of other good players on this basketball team. We're just going to have to step up and play bigger roles tonight, and I think they can do that. So,
March Madness in full effect. The Ludington Orioles gunning for, according to the banner up there here in Hawley Gym, their 16th regional championship tonight. But the boys are soaking this up and they're enjoying the experience, right, Coach?
Well, if you don't enjoy it, you're going home pretty quick. When you feel the pressure and you're thinking about, your next shot or what the scoreboard says, you're not going to play your best basketball. And I think we've done a fairly good job of enjoying this tournament run. We know no matter what happens, we only have a week more together, and, 9 seniors move on. So it's going to happen here quick, so we might as well enjoy every moment we got together.
Definitely, and I know Oriole Nation's enjoying it thoroughly. Your starting lineup for tonight?
Tonight at the guards, we will start David Schillinger, Spencer Holmes, and Gage Jones. At the forwards, we'll start Joe Benz and Cameron Gunsel.
Good luck to you. Good luck to the boys. Enjoy the trip up north to Gaylord, and we'll see you there. Go O's.
Thanks, Scoop.
Welcome back to Gaylord High School. Scoop Hansen, the voice of the Orioles, on the play-by-play call tonight, joined by Big Country, Matthew Westhouse doing color commentary, and we have Mason Conger as our OSN and hopefully soon 102.7 WMOM technical engineer. We are having some issues right now with 102.7 WMOM. We're trying to get that back up, and I think we're going to be up very shortly here and bring you action tonight from Gaylord High School, the home of the Gaylord Blue Devils, and the Ludington Orioles taking on the Kingsford Flivers. We're getting set here for the national anthem. Then we'll have the Pure Marquette Builders starting lineups coming your way. Again, tonight starting time 6 p.m. And that got moved up yesterday morning, I believe. They made the decision on that late in the morning. to move the time from 7 to 6.
What was the reasoning behind that? Do you know?
The fact that they moved the Cadillac-Muskegon game, which was going to take place here at 5:30, they moved that to Big Rapids.
Gotcha.
So that's why the Gaylord, the Gaylord and the Ludington and Kingsford game was moved up. So right now we're going to pause for our national anthem, and we'll be back momentarily with the PM Builders starting lineups coming your way here on the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, Oriole Nation, you just heard our national anthem. Good job, Mason Conger. We are now back on 102.7 WMOM, and we do apologize about that, folks, but we are now fully coming at you on the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. A big thank you to Chris Nicholas at 102.7 WMOM, as well as Thad Shank, our OSN Executive Director and Producer. Right now, a big thank you to Pierre Marquette Builders. PM Builders located at 913 South Washington Avenue in Ludington. PM Builders construct quality homes in the West Michigan area. If you're looking to build, give Scott a call to set up an appointment, 231-398-7463. Here are your starting lineups. First for the Kingsford Slivers out of the Great Northern UP Conference. Starting at the guards, number 4, Jack Pregame. He is a sophomore. Also number 20, Gavin Grondin, a junior. And number 23, Gavin Trevelin. He is a junior. The forward, number 12, Morgan Slike, he's a junior. And the center, number 35, Jacob Markworth, he is a senior. The Kingsford Slivers, coached by Dan Olkinen. For the Ludington Orioles, coached by Thad Shank. Starting at the guards, number 5, Spencer Holmes, 5'10" senior. Also number 13, David Sunshine Schillinger, 5'9" senior. The third guard, number 23, Gage Jones. He is a 6' senior. Forwards, 25, Joe Benz, a 6' senior. Number 42, Cam Gunsel. Gunsel is a 6'3" sophomore. The Ludington Orioles, 19-6 on the season. They finished 10-2 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. Kingsford Slivers, again, out of the Great Northern UP Conference. And they went 6-2 in the conference, and they were 20-4 overall in the season. Ludington in their black jerseys, white lettering, orange numerals trimmed in white. Kingsford in their white jerseys, and they have blue lettering and numerals trimmed in, call that yellow, right, Big Country?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, Kingsford and Ludington. Here we go, the regional championship, regional number 9. Division II championship controlled by the Kingsford Slivers. Kingsford with a big height advantage tonight, Big Country.
Yeah, huge height advantage. This is going to be a big game for Cameron Gunsel. He's got to work hard down low.
And Ludington's going to have to play that defense. There's a steal right off the bat by Sunshine Schillinger. Up and gone! Great start for the Orioles.
Fantastic start, David Schillinger. Hopefully he can get hot early.
Again, David comes into tonight's game, and folks, he was diagnosed with a strained rotator cuff and had 2 ribs out of place. after that game at Clare the other night. He played 3 quarters with that status, Big Country.
Yeah, that's impressive. We are picking right up where we left off. I mean, physical defense.
And I think are they going to get Schillinger? No. Oh, yes, it's going to be on Sunshine Schillinger. 7:17 to go in this opening quarter. Just underway from Gaylord High School, the regional number 9 Division II championship game between the Ludington Orioles and the Kingsford Flivers from Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Again, Kingsford out of the great Northern UP Conference, Ludington out of the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. Gaylord is a place that has been very good to the Orioles in the past, both the girls and the boys teams, Big Country.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep that magic rolling tonight. You know, you're going to get foul calls like we just had. If we want to play defense like how we have been, we're physical, we're aggressive, we're pushing them far out. We're going to get calls like that for just being a little bit too physical, but that's all right. I'm okay with that kind of call.
Beautiful drive up north here to Gaylord, and we enjoyed it. We were in Lake City, and all of a sudden I said to Mason Conger, I said, that's a beautiful colored truck right in front of us. And he goes, you know that's Big Country. And I said, oh my goodness, it is. So yeah.
You followed me all the way up here.
Yeah, we did. Until we got into Gaylord, and then I kind of went in front of you to the high school here, the last mile and a half or so.
Yeah, you cut me off.
Yeah. All right, ball was batted out of bounds there by the Orioles. We have 7:07 to go in the opening quarter. Ludington up 2-0. There's a drive, a shot no good. Rebound to Gage Jones.
There's going to be a lot of shots like that where they just try and overpower us and get down low. We did a good job defending it that time.
Spencer Holmes, he'll give it now. Joe Benz, Gunsel with it. Gunsel looking to pass to Holmes. He'll get him the ball. Spencer with it. Kudos and an OSN Bravo Zulu salute to Coach Warren Stowe and his Ludington girls basketball team. There's a 3-point attempt up by Holmes, no good. And, good job by Joe Benz to get the basketball. The Kingsford player was trying to block him from getting to the ball, and Joe was able to get to it.
Yeah, great job by Joe. The Kingsford player was so busy boxing out, he forgot to rebound.
Oh, nice move. Right there. And Cam Gunsel with a beautiful move, and he gets the basket.
Beautiful spin move. Right by the free throw line there. He felt contact, spun off of it into a nice open layup.
Ludington up 4-0. 6:12 to go in the opening quarter. The Orioles and the Flivers of Kingsford. And now Joe Benz is going to be called, and Ludington's going to have, as you said, they're going to get called on fouls like that, but they're going to have to be also careful, because you don't want to get in foul trouble early on, Big Country.
Yeah, I said I was okay with that call, but only every once in a while, especially with Joe and David. We can't be risking having them get out of the game early.
Now a traveling violation on the Flivers. Ludington basketball. Again, Sunshine Schillinger playing with a strained rotator cuff, and he had 2 ribs that were out of place that were put back into place. I'm sure he's feeling a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better, but he's got to be sore.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a tough kid. It's impressive that he's playing through it.
Well, it was impressive when we found out about that, and that he played. There's a baseline drive by Gunsel, no good. Rebound to Kingsford's number 12. That's Morgan Slike. He'll give the ball now to Jack Kriegel. Here's a steal by Gage Jones. Jones, he'll fake the 3. He'll give it now to Joe Benz. Again, we were saying congratulations, Coach Warren Stowe and his girls Ludington basketball team on their impressive 42-37 victory over the Hart Pirates last night in the district semifinals. Ludington will play Reed City tomorrow night, and the OSN and 102.7 WMOM will be their 3-pointer. Good! Bingo! Gage Jones with the 3.
This game could not have gotten off to a better start for this Orioles team. Fantastic on offense and defense.
Ludington up 7-0. 5:07 to go in the opening quarter. And now a foul will be called on Gage Jones. But as I was saying, Big Country, Evan McKinley will be with me tomorrow night back at Big Rapids. The Ludington Orioles and the Reed City Coyotes. Ludington brings a 17-7 record into that district championship game against the 13-10 Reed City Coyotes, with a chance to move on to the regionals for our girls basketball team under Coach Warren Stowe. Great win last night. Here's a shot, no good. Tip, up and good. Scoring the basket for Kingsford. That was there's a pass right there to Joe Benz. Jones with it now. Benz, Gunsel. Ludington up 7-2. 4:38 to go in the opening quarter. Kingsford's basket was by Morgan Slike. Schillinger with the ball. As Coach Shank said earlier, he said, David has never missed a high school game. And it said regional championship. Inside, up, no good. Cam Gunsel inside and just couldn't finish right there. And now here comes the Kingsford Flivers.
Yeah, it was a nice reverse layup, just spun out of the rim.
Getting back to Schillinger there, Coach Shank said it would take an awful lot to keep David from playing in a regional championship game. Ludington with a 5-point lead. Kingsford with the ball. Jack Kreigel has it.
I haven't seen defense from like this out of the Ludington Orioles since that 2017 team. I mean, we are all up in there, guys.
Oh, and there's a ball punched away there. Spencer Holmes, he punched it out of the hands of Jack Kreigel. And checking into the Oriole lineup, number 24, that's Daniel Ramirez, a 5'10" senior.
This is so much fun to watch. I mean, we are disrupting them in every way. They look lost out there on offense.
Oh, what do we have? Offensive foul here. Offensive foul on Kingsford. Ludington basketball. Checking into the Kingsford lineup, number 5, Cardell Morton. He is a senior. Again, Kingsford 20-4 in the year. Their only losses, 2 losses to Marquette, 2 losses to Iron Mountain. 3 of the 4 were really close losses. Only one game where they really taken to the woodshed, where Marquette really gave them the business, 64-37.
I really like how we're playing offense right now. We are not rushing anything. We're just looking for a good shot.
Schillinger with the basketball. David loses it, gets it back. Boy, he started going in the paint there, and he goes into a land of tall timbers. Daniel Ramirez with it now. Gunsel. Gunsel will kick it back out to Gage Jones. Ludington up 7-2. 3:12 to go in the opening quarter. Gunsel with it now. He'll give it to Ramirez. Ludington not forcing anything. That's a good sign there. Ramirez now. Gunsel. Gunsel loses it, gets it back. Now he'll give it to Gage Jones. Gage to Spencer Holmes. Holmes with it now. Gage Jones. Jones brings the ball back out on top. Ludington here at Gaylord. Here's a Cam Gunsel. Gunsel inside, loses it, gets it back out to Ramirez. Now to Schillinger. Schillinger draws the foul. Oh, love the meticulousness right now and the patience of the Ludington offense.
That was amazing. We've held the ball for like the last minute and a half. Made a few iffy passes, but we always kept possession. That was just beautiful ball movement.
Again, a big thank you to House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor, as well as PM Builders, our exclusive starting lineup sponsor, and Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive postgame sponsor. Schillinger with the ball. Holmes for 3, no good. Rebound to Kingsford's number 5, Cardell Morton. Ludington up 7-2. There's a drive, and now a foul will be called on Spencer Holmes. Ludington coming off that impressive 46-25 victory against the Clare Pioneers on Tuesday at Big Rapids High School in the regional semifinal. The Flivers, they defeated Sault Ste. Marie 65-29 in their regional semifinal.
They're giving him 2 free throws for this. They must be calling it a shooting foul, which is hard to believe. I mean, I don't think he was shooting. He was by the free throw line still driving.
That's what a lot of the Ludington fans are saying. You can hear some of them shouting it out right now. Great turnout from Ludington. Great turnout from Kingsford. They had to come a couple hours longer than we did.
Yeah, and we had a long drive, so it's great for their fan base.
So he gets 1 of 2 free throws, and that was Kingsford's number 4, Jack Kreigel. Ludington up 7-3. Gage Jones with it. Jones will give the ball now to Cam Gunsel. Gunsel on the drive, shot up. Good! Cam Gunsel! What a 12-footer right there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily the shot Coach Shank would want, but it went in, so he's going to be happy with it.
Gunsel with 4 points. Ludington up 9-3. Jack Stidham will check into the Oriole lineup. He wears jersey number 21. Jack is a 6'2" senior. I talked to Jack earlier today when I was over at Ludington High School, just after I'd interviewed Coach Thad Shank for the pregame show. Long three-pointer, good. Boy, that three-pointer, that was a long 3 from Gavin Grondin. That's the guy Coach Shank talked about. Ludington up 9-6.
You know, you mentioned Jack Stidham. He has hit some important three-pointers here already in these playoffs. One versus Clare the other day, and another one versus Reed City.
Ludington with the basketball. That he has, Big Country. Spencer Holmes with the ball. Holmes will give it now. Gage Jones, his shot way off the mark there. And now here comes the foul there called on Spencer Holmes.
These refs aren't a fan of our aggressive defense so far.
Ludington up 9-6, and Kingsford will be at the free throw line for the rest of this quarter. First free throw is good there by the Flivers number 20, Gavin Grondin. Grondin's second attempt, also good. Ludington up 9-8. Grondin with 5 points. And Schillinger with the basketball now for the Orioles. David inside, he'll dish it now. Gunsel to Gage Jones. Jones goes baseline, back to Gunsel. Gunsel in the lane, shot up and no good. Rebound, Gunsel, up and no good, but he draws the foul. Good work on the glass by Cam Gunsel.
Yeah, as soon as that first shot went up, I think he could tell it wasn't going in. He quickly followed it up and got the second shot off.
Cam Gunsel at the free throw line. Ludington up 9-8, 53 seconds left in the opening quarter. First free throw is good by Cam.
I'm really impressed with the Flivers student section so far. It's
Likewise.
Quite loud. They keep chanting Flivers.
And that spells Flivers.
Flivers.
Of course, their AD said Flivers. I met their AD earlier. Nice guy. Second free throw, no good. Ludington up 10-8. 50 seconds left in the opening quarter. And bringing the ball up for the Flivers, number 4. That's Jack Kriegel. They'll go inside, shot up, no good. Tip, out of bounds, Ludington basketball.
Those are the exact shots we want them to take.
Yep.
Contested mid-range shot. They're going to keep shooting them because they're so much taller. They feel open, but you know, long mid-range shots are the worst shot in basketball. They're only worth 2 points and they're hard to get to go in, so we're good with that.
First shout out of the evening goes out to Steve Hall and Greg Krupa from Mark Peterson. And I told Mark, I said, those are two great guys right there, Steve Hall and Greg Krupa. They're back listening on the Oriole Sports Network and also on 102.7 WMOM. 18 seconds to go. Ramirez with the ball. Ludington up 10-8. 12 seconds. They'll give it down to Schillinger. Over to Gunsel. Cam Gunsel on the drive. He's in the paint, and he's going to be called for traveling.
I'm not quite sure where the travel was on that. Maybe when he first started to dribble is when they're calling it, but other than that, I thought it looked pretty clean.
So here comes Kingsford. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, shot up, and no good. Oh my goodness. They're going to call a foul. Oh, wow. He's going to get to shoot 3 now as well.
They're calling that because they're going to say David Schillinger was in his landing zone. You know, you don't want people coming down from the jump shot, landing on a foot, rolling an ankle, but sometimes players will tend to kick their feet out when they shoot, which makes it look like they're landing. You know, the defender's in their landing zone. Personally, I think that's what happened on that play.
Grondin hits the first 2. We got a tie game. That's the worst. You know, Ludington had the ball, and you were hoping that they could extend the lead there with the last shot to end the quarter. Kingsford comes back and gets 3 free throws. And at the end of 1, your score from Gaylord High School, the Kingsford Flivers 11, the Ludington Orioles 10. You know, a lot of Oriole Nation, they've been talking about the history of Kingsford, and here's a bit of interesting history about Kingsford coming from Patty Westcott Sixbury. In the early 20th century, Henry Ford established an automobile plant in the Upper Peninsula which manufactured the Model T. The village was named after the first plant manager of the Ford Motor Company, Edward G. Kingsford. A flivver is a nickname for the Model T automobile. And yeah, Patty thought this was kind of cool. I do as well. So, and
it's interesting.
Yeah, also from Gary Bars, the Flivers have been Kingsford's nickname since the early 1930s, coming from the old Ford Motor Company plant in the area. The plant, which opened in 1925 and once employed 7,000 people, built cars and later used leftover wood to make Kingsford charcoal barbecue briquettes. You're learning all kinds of neat things today. A lot of Oriole Nation chimed in today, or just the last couple days, talking about Kingsford and the nickname the Flivers.
Is it Flivers or Flivers?
Flivers. It is
It is
Flivers.
Flivers, okay.
Their AD was messing with me earlier on. But a Fliver is like an old jalopy, not a well-built vehicle or an aircraft.
Gotcha.
Airplane. Yep. So Kingsford up 11-10. And it will be Ludington with the basketball as we begin play here in the second quarter. What a momentum changer there to end that first quarter, Big Country.
It was caused, our defense was less aggressive there at the end because we had so many fouls. So we'll see now that the fouls have reset if we can
Gage
get back into
Jones
it.
three, no good. Rebound, Benz. He'll give it to Schillinger. Schillinger now to Cam Gunsel. Back to Schillinger. He'll take the three. In and out, no good. Here comes Kingsford now. We want to thank Smith & Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, caring business, foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs.
We came out in the game, started in a man-to-man defense. Now we've transitioned to a 1-2-2 zone. The man was really successful. I'll be interested to see if Coach Shank goes back to that.
Here's a three-pointer by Kingsford up, and no good. Rebound, Gunsel. Again, Kingsford's season was ended on this same court last year by the Cadillac Vikings. Cadillac, they won our district last year, and then they made it to the quarterfinals where they were eliminated by Saginaw. There's a three-pointer for Ramirez. That's going to be off the mark. Rebound to Kingsford. Here comes Grondin with it. His shot up, no good. Follow-up, however, rebound by Owen Olkinen, who's into the game. There's a three-point attempt, no good, by Cardell Morton. And here comes Schillinger in a hurry. He'll dish it now in the lane. Ramirez, three-pointer up, in and out, no good by Joe Benz. Oh, Joe looked down to make sure he was shooting a three-quarters of the way down.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
That should be a travel. Oh, they're going to call a foul on that one. It sure did look like he traveled, Big Country.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that foul. Joe reached, but the important thing there, that's 2 fouls on Joe Benz and 2 fouls on David Schillinger. Early on in the game, that's dangerous.
Big shout out to Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor, where your success is our success. We belong to you. Visit them at 5511 US 10 in Ludington or give them a call, 843-2323. Safe Harbor Credit Union. All right, they got the ball in now. And
There we
they're going
go.
to call a charge right there. Your thoughts on that over and back right there?
I know a lot of Oriole fans wanted him over and back there.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
He landed half and half.
Okay.
If you establish possession on the backside of the court, you're allowed to cross it. That's what I
right.
don't think it was a violation.
I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
But great charge call there for Gage Jones.
Exactly.
How many has he drawn this year?
A lot. All right, Ludington with the ball. They're down 11-10. 6 minutes to go. Shot Schillinger, no good. And now Schillinger draws the foul. And you know every time he goes down, it's got to hurt.
Yeah, it scares me a little bit. I'm scared for him. You don't want to re-injure yourself there.
Exactly.
I'm sure even if he does, it's not like he's going to leave the game because he's so insistent on playing, but it scares me.
Again, David playing with a strained rotator cuff, and he had 2 ribs that were out of place. Schillinger's first free throw, good. David's third point of this first half. We got a tie game. Big thank you to Indian Summer Co-op. They're proud to be a sponsor of the OSN and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for the season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. The Indian Summer assistant coach in the spotlight, as David gets both free throws, will be Ludington's very own Noah Lehman, the assistant coach in the spotlight / boys JV head coach. Great guy, Noah Lehman.
Yeah, fantastic guy, fantastic coach.
His interview will air at the half. Right now, Ludington up 12-11, 5:44 to go in this opening half from Gaylord High School.
We are still in this 1-2-2 zone. It's transitioned to a bit of a 2-3 because they have a guy sitting in the middle.
There's a baseline runner there, shot no good, tip. Cam Gunsel doing a great job on the glass, gets the rebound, and now Holmes will push it. Set him! In and out, no good. Oh my goodness. Boy, we've had 3 shots at least that have been 3/4 of the way down and would not go in. And now a 3-pointer for Kingsford's Gavin Grondin.
Yeah, I know Jack's going to be kicking himself for missing that layup, but he did a great job running past the defense and just getting an open layup.
Kingsford 14, Ludington 12. 5:03 to go in this opening half. Regional number 9, Division II at Gaylord, Michigan. And again, a big shout out to Coach Warren Stone, his Ludington Orioles girls varsity basketball team on their big win over the Hart Pirates last night, 42-37. Looking forward to covering their game tomorrow against the Reed City Coyotes at Big Rapids. There's a pass and deflected, and now Kingsford has it. Here come the Flivers with the ball, number 4, Jack Kriegel.
Our defense is not nearly as aggressive as it was, and that's just due to us switching to a zone. I'm really interested to see if we can go back to a man-to-man here, try and force some more turnovers.
4:21 to go in the second quarter. Ludington trails 14-12. Playing the Kingsford Flivers of the great UP Northern Conference, the great Northern UP Conference. Let me get it right. There's a steal. They'll get it ahead. Schillinger, his shot, and he's going to be fouled right there. His speed, they just can't. Nobody can match Schillinger's speed.
No one can keep up with him. He did a great job, just like with Jack. You know, he ran past the defense to get a layup.
He gets fouled, and he'll shoot 2. David at the free throw line. The Orioles trail 14-12. 4:05 left. First free throw in and out, no good.
Now, we're really early on into this game here, a quarter and a half through, but it certainly lived up to the expectations of how close it was going to be.
Yep. That game tomorrow night at Big Rapids, Reed City, 13-10 against the 17-7 Ludington Orioles. David's second attempt, up and good. Schillinger gets 1 of 2, and the Orioles trail by a point. 3:58 to go in the second quarter. Kingsford 14, Ludington 13. Boy, I'll tell you what, when Gavin Grondin gets the ball, he's looking to shoot it, don't matter where he is. There's a shot by Grondin, no good. Rebound to Gunsel. He'll give it now to Schillinger.
Gunsel's done a fantastic job rebounding early on in the game. He looks energetic out there. Yeah. He's jumping high.
He's already done a yeoman's job on the boards. Doing really good on the glass. And now into the game for the Orioles, number 2, Taj Williams, their freshman. Taj is a 6-foot freshman. Now the ball, Holmes has it. Holmes will give it to Joe Benz. You got Schillinger out there with Taj Williams. You got Cam Gunsel, Joe Benz, and Spencer Holmes. That's your 5 for the Ludington Orioles right now. 3:09 to go in the second quarter. Kingsford 14, Ludington 13. Beautiful move by Schillinger. No good. Goes down hard. Ludington with the ball. Taj Williams, his shot. Good! Taj Williams with about a 16-footer right there. He kisses it off the glass.
Yeah, that was a nice shot by Taj. But just an amazing job by Cameron Gunsel. He tipped that ball all the way out to the three-point line on the rebound attempt.
Ludington 15, Kingsford 14. 2:43 to go. There's a drive and a basket by Gavin Grondin. Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. Kingsford 16, Ludington 15. 2:39 to go in the second quarter. And we want to thank Benedict's Auto Center, providing the best in auto body repairing and painting since the 1940s. Mike Benedict can be reached at 231-613-4111. That's Benedict's Auto Center, 1742 US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. Benedict's Auto Center will put collision damage in reverse. I'd like to give a few shout-outs right now, and I'd like to give one to Paulette Kluge's sister. Paulette is Gage Jones' grandma, and Paulette's sister is Monica Bash. And Paulette said that she has become a big Ludington Oriole fan through the OSN and 102.7 WMOM. Also, a shout-out to Colleen Barup, Julie McDonald, Bridget Bennett, Mark Otto, Joe Kobe. I'm sorry, Joe, if I mispronounced it, Koob or Kobe, and I apologize on that. Coach Shank always corrects me on that. Also to Jason Lindsay. We'll send one out to Carrie Henyon, Susan Mann, Amy Hall, and James Fay. Also Brad Erickson, who lives in Franklin, Tennessee, at Ludington High School, class of 1989. Thank you for tuning in to the OSN and 102.7 WMOM. Ludington basketball, they trail 16-15. As you said, Big Country, everything we thought it would be.
Yeah, exactly. No, 1-point game.
And then some. Ludington with the ball. Taj Williams with it. Schillinger, he'll fake the 3. David now, he'll give it to Holmes, back to Schillinger. Schillinger Williams, Taj for three. Good! The freshman, Taj Williams, buries a three. And Ludington up 18-16.
Taj, 5 quick points. Usually he gets a couple minutes in the second quarter, and that's it. With his offensive explosion, you wonder if we're going to see him in the second half.
Shout out to Micah McCullough, who's a big Taj Williams fan.
That shot really got the crowd into it.
It certainly did. Ludington's extending Kingsford's offense right now. Grondin, his shot, good.
Man, and that silenced the Ludington crowd.
Gavin Grondin, and Coach Shank couldn't talk higher. He said this guy is the real deal. He can bury it from any place, and we're seeing it right now. Kingsford up 19-18. Gunsel with it. Cam in the lane. He'll give it to Ramirez. Ramirez on the drive. Good! Daniel Ramirez give the assist to Cam Gunsel.
That was a tough contested layup. Great job by Daniel getting that one to fall.
Ludington 20, Kingsford 19. 1:17 to go in the second quarter. With the ball, number 23, Gavin Trevelyan. He'll give it now to Jack Kriegel. Kriegel over now to Gavin Trevelyan. Ball out of bounds, and it will be Kingsford basketball.
You know, we've gotten less aggressive on our defense, but we have done a terrific job adjusting and helping out on the backside. We are not leaving anyone open on these swing passes. Every rotation is covered.
On the court for Ludington right now, Schillinger, Ramirez, Williams, Jones, and Gunsel. Ludington up 20-19. 55 seconds to go in this second quarter. Regional number 9, Division II championship game from Gaylord High School. The Ludington Orioles and the Kingsford Flivers. Here's a drive, ball lost. Gunsel has it. He'll give it now to Schillinger.
That was a good choice there. We slowed the ball down a little bit. You know, we had some guys out running the court. It would have been a tough pass to get past them all, so smart decision by Cameron.
I would think the Orioles will hold here for the last shot of the half.
Yeah, with 30 seconds to go with a 1-point lead, Coach Shank likes to control the end of these quarters.
22 seconds to go. Ludington up 20-19. Schillinger with the basketball. Down to 15 seconds now. 11 seconds. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Schillinger, David. Nice pass to Gunsel. Good! Oh, what an assist there. Desperation shot, no good by the Kingsford Flivers. And at the half, your score, Oriole Nation, from Gaylord High School. The Ludington Orioles, 22. The Kingsford Flivers, 19. We want
Amazing finish there at the end of the quarter. You know, every team has watched film. They know David Schillinger's getting the ball at the end of the quarter, and they had 3 guys come over and try to stop David Schillinger's shot, and he made the right read. They left Cam Gunsel wide open down low.
Beautiful pass there from Schillinger to Cam, who gets the basket. We want to thank.
He had an amazing first half. How many points did he have there? 7 points.
Yep.
Which is impressive. This other team, Kingsford, they have a big guys. So Cameron has done a great job utilizing his strengths, which is his speed against those bigger guys.
Big shout out to Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor. Where your success is our success, we belong to you. Visit them at 5511 US 10 in Ludington, or give them a call, 843-2323. Safe Harbor Credit Union. Right now, we're going to step aside and listen to the interview I did earlier today with Ludington assistant coach, boys JV head coach, Noah Lehman. Stay tuned, Oriole Nation. Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the Indian Summer. Ludington Oriole assistant coach / boys JV head basketball coach in the spotlight. I'm with Noah Lehman. And Coach Lehman, tell me about what you like best about being a Ludington Oriole basketball coach.
I mean, it's first thing, the tradition of Ludington basketball, that we have a rich tradition, and not even that we've been able to be successful on the court, but just of training young men to be sent out and move on from the program. So I love being able to be a part of that. I love spending time with the kids. The game of basketball is great, but being a part of something bigger than myself is pretty special.
What do you like best about Coach Thad Shank, and what have you learned the most from him?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before. What do I like best about him is that he teaches kids these things, and it's not just something that he's saying, you do this, and I'm going to do my thing. It's here's what you do and here's how you do it, that he lives it behind the scenes, that the guys see it, whether it's in the locker room, whether it's on the practice floor, with how he interacts with kids at work and for him. But everything he does, he's doing for other people. So he really lives what he talks.
What do you think the kids who play for you like best about you as a coach?
I think right now they like that I'm pretty close in age to them. I mean, they're 15, 16, I'm 25, so I think that relatability can help. I try to be pretty composed, and I do think that helps the kids stay composed under pressure as well. But probably the relatability is the biggest thing right now.
Talk about your family, about your wife, about your mom and dad, your brothers. Obviously, the Lehman family, it's a well-known name in Ludington basketball circles.
Yeah. Well, I'll start with my wife. My wife is actually probably a better athlete than me, so that's pretty special that we get to enjoy watching sports together. And then she's pregnant. I don't know if I've told you this. We have a son on the way.
Congrats.
And thank you. And we are actually going to name him Thaddeus Clarence Lehman.
Oh, wow.
Not after Coach. I mean, obviously I love Coach Shank, but I'll give you the quick version. He's had some heart issues, and Thaddeus means heart, and it means courage.
Okay.
And we're strong Christians and believe that that's the most important thing to us, and Thaddeus is a biblical name as well. So all that coming together. Now, to the rest of your question, I think we've been recipients of Ludington basketball. I mean, it's been special in 2017 to be able to make it to the Breslin, and 19 again, and that has not been because the Laymans have got us there. It's been because we've been able to be blessed by Coach Shank, by teammate. It's all because of what people have poured into us. So, I mean, with a lot of us, we've been lucky to be around for a 10-year stretch there as players, but we've just been beyond blessed to be able to be a part of it.
Yeah. Your mom and dad, I'm sure, big time role models for you. Talk a bit about them, your dad Terry, your mom Carol, and about your brothers as well.
Yeah, I mean, mom and dad have been the leaders, the rock, the foundation of a lot of things, and just keeping things in perspective. Whether things are going well on the court or not, then it's I mean, similar to what Coach Shank preaches, that life is a lot bigger than basketball, that we get to enjoy it. It's here for a season, and then it goes quick. I mean, we're already in March of this. We're wrapping up this season. So they've been really big with that. My brothers still keep in touch with Ludington basketball. I called Joshua last night to talk about the regional. Ben's helping me, and Levi's helping with scout team. I mean, again, we're just blessed to be able to be a part of it.
Can't forget sister Olivia as well.
Yeah, Olivia keeps in touch with everything that's going on and enjoys watching and listening to games. We did celebrate the nice sunrise this morning. We had an Oriole sunrise, and that got put in our family group chat, and everyone's ready for the regional tonight.
Talk a bit about that magical 2017 season. You were like the team leader. I mean, great bunch of guys on that team. How neat was that, the magical ride to the Breslin Center? You guys had something special going all season, and you guys were like a team of destiny. And how neat was it to assist on your brother's game-winning three-point shot at the Breslin against River Rouge, the buzzer beater, to send the Orioles to the state championship game?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about that the run seemed like destiny. If you would have looked at us the summer before, it would not have felt like that. I mean, without Cal Hacker, without Cameron Banster there for a little bit to begin, I mean, there are pieces that you could look at throughout the season that shaped us to be able to make a run. Not always great, not always perfect, but it came together in a way with a bunch of guys that love each other. That was pretty special. To be able to pass to Joshua, he likes to remind me that I missed the shot first. But on that play, I mean, you look at, there's a loose ball that Jared Collins grabbed, Josiah Banster's rebound. You could look at every single guy on the court, and without all five of us getting there, it wouldn't have ended in a shot. And Joshua knows that darn well, and I remind him of that, when it comes up. But it's definitely a great memory that we have, being able to play together and being able to have, I mean, that moment was great, but just being able to have a couple of years together.
You're right. That team was the epitome of the definition of a team. You're right about Jared getting the loose ball right there, and Josiah with that huge rebound.
To me, Josiah's rebound is the biggest play in Ludington basketball history. I know you want to look at the shot, and that was that rebound was incredible.
It was.
With the opponents that we had, with his positioning. I mean, that was the biggest play that we've had.
And you look at that team because the year before, you guys were, I guess you kind of could say it was a bit of an upset. You guys got beat in the district championship game by a hot Benzie Central team at the time. And that was pretty much the same team, except you didn't have Calvin at the time, and I don't believe Cameron was there, correct?
Cameron was there
he
the
was
junior
there.
year.
Yeah.
Yep. But he had thought maybe going into senior year that he wasn't going to play. And after, seeing a couple games, he goes, I need to be a part of this. And we were happy to have him and needed him.
That's right. Yeah, Cameron was there for his junior year.
Yep.
Talk about your job at Ludington High School and what you do.
So I teach high school math. Primarily, I have Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2. I consider myself to be one of the luckiest people because I go to work every day and have 3 other math teachers that I had as a student and are right around my mom's age. And I say all the time, I've got 3 moms that take very good care of me from a life standpoint, from a math standpoint, I'm in a great position to have the ladies here taking care of me. And, of course, I enjoy, we've got coaches with John and Warren and things like that. But I'm well taken care of here, so I love it.
Your favorite restaurant in Ludington, Noah?
I'm a breakfast guy, so I'm going to have to go with Brenda's.
Oh, great choice, great choice. Talk a bit about role models you have. I know you mentioned your dad and mom.
Mom and Dad have been huge. Coach Shank has been extremely influential in a lot of things that I've had. I think I've been fortunate to have good role models. I've made some really good friends at college that have encouraged me and shaped me. My brother-in-law, Noah, and then another friend, Bailey. Just a lot of people either around me or that I'm able to look up to that have made a big difference.
Anybody you'd like to send a shout-out to or say hello to?
I know my wife's listening, so I'm going to have to say something to her, and probably I'm going to hear about revealing our son's name a little bit, which is probably good. I'm sure Joshua's listening, that Livia's probably listening, and her husband Noah and their daughter Caroline. Those guys.
Well, congratulations, Noah. Thanks for all that you do. And again, congratulations on being the Indian Summer Ludington Oriole assistant coach / JV boys head coach in the spotlight. Go O's.
Appreciate it, Scoops. Go O's.
That was Noah Lehman. Really enjoyed the interview with him this morning. What a great guy. You talk about somebody with basketball intelligence. He's just an all-around intelligent guy, Noah Lehman.
He really is. He has a lot of advice, and he's great. He does a great job at helping mold these young men. He's a lot like Coach Shank. Not only does he make them better basketball players, but he makes them better men.
They had a number of leaders on that state runner-up team, that Class B state runner-up team in 17. Noah was definitely one of the leaders of that team. Yep. And what a magical ride that was. This year's team trying to do that same thing, Big Country, and they're going to have to stop Gavin Grondin, the Kingsford Flivers sharpshooter. He had 16 of their 19 points in the first half.
Yeah, he did. Stopping him is going to be key number 1. I'm sure Coach Shank told him at halftime, the offense has been running through him.
Yep.
Just don't let him get the ball. Let the other guys see if they can hurt us. Because Grondin was for sure hurting us in the first half. Big
thank you to Indian Summer Co-op, our exclusive player in the spotlight / assistant coach in the spotlight, and that was Noah Lehman for tonight's game. It's going to be Keelan Laird for tomorrow's game at Reed City. Also a shout out to Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor, and a shout out as well to Eric Bentz, and he says, Scoop, I hope you have your lucky shoes on. Eric, I do. I'm wearing the lucky Oriole orange shoes, and also a number of people have chimed in saying Coach Shank is the GOAT. You know what? I totally, wholeheartedly agree, 110%. Coach Shank is the GOAT. Grondin, shot up, no good. Rebound, Grondin, batted away, and Kingsford comes up with it. There's a shot on the way, up, no good. Rebound, Kingsford, up, no good. Rebound, Kingsford, good. Oh, that's not a good sign, Big Country.
No, we got to continue our rebounding from the first half there.
Yep. Getting the basket for the Flivers, I believe it was Morgan Slike. Ludington up 22-21. Gage Jones with the ball. Jones on the court with Benz, Holmes, Schillinger, and Gunsel. There's a drive by Holmes. He'll give it to Gage Jones.
They're face guarding David Schillinger. They're just not letting him get the ball. They're letting Ludington play 4-on-4 against them.
Yeah, that they are. Boy, David being guarded there by Grondin, and David can't go anywhere. Grondin is right in his face. David's
got it to him anyways.
Yep. Schillinger, he'll give it now to Holmes. That's right, we get Spencer Holmes hot, or Joe Benz maybe. Benz shot up, no good. Tipped, and Kingsford has it. Orioles up 22-21, 6:42 to go in the third quarter.
You know, after that scary first quarter, we had a few fouls. Joe Benz and David Schillinger each had 2. They did a great job in the second quarter. Neither of them picked up their third, so they can be a little bit more aggressive here to start the second half.
There's a steal. Oh, Schillinger almost had the steal. Now they're going to call him for a foul, I believe. Oh, my goodness.
All right, as I said, neither of them had their third foul. David Schillinger picks up his.
I'd like to send a shout out to Taj Williams' grandma and grandpa Sixberry. They're tuning in. What a fine few minutes that Taj had there with those 5 points.
Yeah, he had a nice second quarter. I'm wondering if he'll get some more minutes in the second half.
Ludington up 22-21, 6:23 to go in this third quarter. Kingsford with the basketball.
We came out so aggressive on defense. I haven't seen quite that fire in us since that first 4 or 5 minutes. I'd like to see us get back to that.
Jack Kreigel with the ball. Kreigel will give it to their big guy. Shot in the lane, no good. Rebound to Cam Gunsel. That shot was put up by number 12. That was Morgan Slike. Schillinger with it. He'll give it back now to Jones. Back to Schillinger. David, he's being guarded there by the Flivers' Gavin Grondin. Inside, Gunsel, no good. And coming away with it, Slike for the Flivers ahead. And they're able to save it. Grondin, his shot, God, oh boy. Gavin Grondin, I'll tell you what, we haven't seen a player like this young man all season.
Yeah, he is just a sharpshooter through and through.
Kingsford up 24-22. Schillinger with it now. And David's going to draw the foul, and he'll be called on Grondin. And Grondin doesn't like it by his reaction right there. Hey, shout out to Cheryl Hansen, also to Dean Busher and Dave Buskirk, all tuned in tonight. And we also heard that from Jordan Anderson. She chimed in and she said, Scoop, OSN team, the Ludington girls basketball team is listening and watching from Holly Gym. So we love to hear that, and good luck tomorrow to the Lady O's. Three-pointer Ramirez, no good. And here comes Kingsford. Grondin, the ball batted away, and Holmes has it now and loses it, and it's going to be Kingsford basketball.
Just a little bit of a scramble there, you know. Got batted around by a few different guys. If the court was 10 feet wider, Spencer Holmes would have come away with that ball.
5:09 to go. Third quarter, Kingsford 24, Ludington 22. The Orioles were up 22-19 at the half. Ludington outscored Kingsford 12-8 in that second quarter after being outscored 11-10 in the opening quarter. Now there's a basket by Kingsford's Morgan Slike. He's got 6 points, and Kingsford up 26-22. Timeout, Ludington and Coach Thad Shank. And we want to thank some more of our great sponsors, beginning with Lundquist Furniture, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street, downtown Scottville. Family owned and operated since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Lundquist 231-757-3368. And Lundquist, we just talked about Lundquist Furniture. Now we want to talk about Ludington Paint and Glass. They've been mixing paint and service since 1948. The local store with more, located at 213 South James Street, downtown Ludington. Call Matt Ewing at Ludington Paint and Glass at 843-8250. Matt, a huge Ludington Oriole boys and girls basketball fan. And Ludington Paint and Glass is the local source for all of your projects. And they are proud to support Ludington Oriole sports while being a sponsor on the Oriole Sports Network. The Ludington Orioles, 19-6 on the season. And the Kingsford Flivers, 20-4 on the year. Ludington out of the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. Kingsford out of the Great Northern UP Conference. They were the runner-up in that conference at 6-2. Their 4 losses on the season, 2 to Marquette, 2 to Iron Mountain. All close games except for 1 loss to Marquette.
Yeah, sorry, Scoop, I'm having a hard time hearing you. We got our Go Orange and Go Black chant going back and forth between our student section and our parents here.
Ludington basketball, they trail by 4, 26-22. 4:44 to go in the third quarter. Spencer Holmes will give it now to Schillinger. Schillinger will take the 12-footer. God! Schillinger there. That was about a 14-footer right there.
There we go. That was a beautiful shot. That's exactly the kind of shot David Schillinger likes.
Ludington trails by 2, 26-24. Kingsford getting into the big guy and scoring the bucket, number 35, Jacob Markworth with his first points of the ball game. Kingsford 28, Ludington 24, 4:16 to go in the third quarter. The winner of this game advances to the Elite Eight, to the state quarterfinals. And probably be Saginaw Arthur Hill.
Most likely.
Yeah, most likely. We don't know for sure on that, but they're one heck of a basketball team. Sunshine Schillinger with the basketball. He'll give it now to Holmes. 3:52 left in the third quarter. Kingsford 28, Ludington 24. Nice pass. Ramirez up, no good. Kept alive by, shot up by Schillinger, no good, but he's fouled. Good job by Gunsel keeping that ball alive.
Yeah, he's had a few of those tonight where he can't quite grab the rebound, but he does a nice job just tipping it out to one of his teammates.
Shout out to Ella Nicholson Damcooler, also Cal Ireland, who's tuned in tonight, and Joe Lena, big Oriole supporter, I should say. Schillinger's first free throw, in and out, no good. We'd like to thank Groundworks Landscaping and Todd Stowe. This time of year, Groundworks offers the following services: firewood sales and delivery, subcontracting, and general labor by the hour. Phone number 231-690-6994. If we get more snow, they'll also offer snow removal. That's Groundworks Landscaping. And they are located, folks, at 5634 West Dewey Road. David gets one of two free throws. Ludington trails by 3, 28-25. Kingsford with the basketball. That's Jack Kreigel with it. No, they'll do a loop. There's a steal there. Can you believe how high David got up in the air there? And now he's fouled, and the foul will be called on Kreigel.
That was a great steal by David Schillinger. Man, he jumped, looked like 40 inches in the air there. And you know, if this was the NBA right now, that would have been called a clear path foul. But luckily for Kingsford, that's not a call here in high school.
You know, a rarity these days, big country. Kingsford has a radio team here. I went down and introduced myself, talked to the gentlemen. Both of them veterans of over 40 years of doing Kingsford sports.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep, couple of nice gentlemen. There's a nice pass to Schillinger. Shot up, no good. Fight for the ball, and coming away with it for Kingsford was Gavin Grondin. 3-point lead for the Flivers. Again, thank you to all the Oriole fans, Oriole Nation, who chimed in and talked about the Fliver nickname. Shot up, no good. Put back, good. Boy, Kingsford's height is now starting to become very apparent. And getting the ball, Morgan Slight gets the basket. He's got 8 points. Kingsford with their biggest lead of the game, 30-25.
Yeah, they've done a good job here in this third quarter figuring out how to use their size as an advantage against us.
Schillinger with the ball. He'll give it now to Gunsel. He'll swing it to to Gage Jones. Shot no good. Rebound to Morgan Slike. And now a ball, now a foul is going to be called on Daniel Ramirez. More shout-outs. We're getting a lot of people chiming in. We love to see that from Oriole Nation. Cinda Bertucci, who's a teacher over at LHS, chimed in. Cinda, good people. Her and her husband, Don Bertucci. Cinda and I went to school together. She was a grade behind me at LHS. And right now, Kingsford with the basketball. They're up 30-25. They'll get it inside. There's a steal. And Jack Stidham, who's checked in the name, got that steal. Stidham, he'll fake the three. Now to Ramirez. Holmes, he'll take the three. Good! If there was ever a time we needed a three, it was right there, big country.
Exactly. That was a bit of a dagger there. Get us right back into this game. Only a 2-point deficit now with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter.
Spencer couldn't have picked a better time to get his first points of the game. Ludington down 30-28, 1:34 to go in the third quarter. Kingsford, there's a three-point attempt by the Flivers, no good. Ball out of bounds, should be Ludington basketball, it will be.
There we go, we're right back in this game now, Scoop.
Yes, we are. More shout-outs. Eleanor Anderson, big Oriole fan, never misses a game on the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. That's Rich Kirby's mother-in-law. Shout out to Rich Kirby as well, and this one's for Curb. Boom! We need the Ludington Orioles to do that right now. Also, Dan LeDuc, I saw him earlier today. Shout out to Kirk Walden, and also to Bill and Nora Clark, all big Oriole fans, as well as to Ed Kruska, another huge Oriole fan. Ludington down 30-28, 1:18 to go in the third quarter. with the ball. Spencer Holmes. He'll give it now to Schillinger. Schillinger, 1:08 to go in this third quarter. Orioles had a 22-19 lead at the half. Ramirez with it. He'll give it to Schillinger. Schillinger, Spencer Holmes. Spencer, and now a traveling violation called on Taj Williams right there. Taj just got a little bit ahead of himself there, Big Country.
Yeah, he was thinking about how big of a lane he had there to drive and just didn't put the ball down quick enough. But like I said earlier, usually he doesn't get these second half minutes. He played so good in the second quarter. He's earned some more.
He snuck in there. I didn't see him check in. Taj Williams on the court now with David Sunshine Schillinger, Spencer Holmes, Daniel Ramirez, and Jack Stidham. Kingsford with the ball. Kingsford with a 2-point lead, 30-28. There's a drive. They'll get it inside to the big guy, and he'll get the basket. Scoring number 35, that's Jacob Markworth. He's got 4 points, and Kingsford with a 4-point lead, 32-28. Schillinger with the ball. Ludington going to hold now for the last shot of this third quarter.
Once again, we're holding the ball here. Coach Shank loves to do this. 15 seconds.
Yep. Down to 13 seconds now. Schillinger being guarded there by Gavin Grondin. 8 seconds to go. David trying to create here. He'll turn inside the lane, shot up and in and out, no good. Rebound to the Flivers. They'll get a shot off at the buzzer, no good. And at the end of 3 from Gaylord High School, the regional number 9 Division II championship game, the Kingsford Flivers 32, the Ludington Orioles 28. We want to thank Ludington Chiropractic and my chiropractor, Dr. Mark Yeck. If you are having back and neck pain and need to see a chiropractor to relieve that pain, don't hesitate. Go see Dr. Mark Yeck at Ludington Chiropractic. No appointment necessary. Ludington Chiropractic, strictly a walk-in clinic. That's Dr. Mark Yeck, Ludington Chiropractic, 5965 East Ludington Avenue, located next to Pizza Hut. For questions, call 231-843-1874. Also, IRCA Auto Center. They are founded on trust, integrity, and respect. We are proud to offer these values in our sales and business practices, so our customers keep returning. The vehicles on our lot have the best prices and quality in the area, so come by and see us today. The IRCA family has been selling vehicles in Mason County for 4 generations. IRCA Auto Center, 3736 West US 10. Call 845-6282. So right now, Kingsford up 32-28. Kingsford scored 13 points in that third quarter, and they held the Orioles to just 6 points. So the first quarter, Kingsford outscores Ludington 11-10. Ludington outscores Kingsford 12-8 in the second, and Kingsford outscores Ludington 13-6 in the third. The Orioles were up 22-19 at the half. They trail 32-28. Here we go, Big Country. Now a foul is going to be called on the Flivers.
Good. Let's get them in early foul trouble here in this fourth quarter. I also want us to score a basket right on this first possession. Just set the tone that the Flivers had a great third quarter, but this fourth quarter has to belong to the Orioles.
On the court for the Orioles, Gage Jones, David Sunshine Schillinger, Cam C-Money Gunsel, also Jack Stidham, and Taj Williams. They'll get the ball into Gunsel, now to Stidham. Well, they got out on him quick. They weren't going to allow him to take the three-pointer. Now Schillinger with it. He'll drive baseline. David underneath, up and good! Sunshine Schillinger with the basket on the baseline drive. Ludington trails 32-30. 7:31 to go. Buckle your seatbelts, Oriole Nation, for this last 7.5 minutes. Ludington trying for a regional championship. If they can win tonight, it would be the 16th regional championship in LHS school history, according to our banner back at LHS. Boy, Kingsford just about lost the ball right there. They did save it. And now inside there's a steal. Schillinger. David on the steal. He's inside. He'll take the shot. Oh, a lot of contact there. Rebound, Schillinger. Inside. More contact. And a foul called.
Finally, we get the foul call. I think we could have had it on his first shot attempt. Thankfully, they gave it to us on the second one.
I'll tell you what, if that second one wasn't called, you might have had a lot of Oriole fans charging the court.
I agree.
More shout-outs. One to Raquel Himes. Also, my good buddy Luke Potter tuned in tonight. And Eric Jensen and John Plummer. At the free throw line, Schillinger, first free throw, good! Orioles down by a point, 32-31. 7:02 remaining in the ball game. Regional championship on the line and a trip to the Elite Eight to the state Division II quarterfinals. Checking into the game for the Orioles, Gage Jones. Second free throw, good, and we're tied up. Schillinger gets both free throws. Ludington 32, Kingsford 32. Shout out to my folks, Jim and Kathy Hansen, also to my beautiful wife, Michelle. 6:52 left in the game. Ludington 32, Kingsford 32.
They're still in this 1-2-2 defense. Coach Shank hasn't made the switch back to man yet.
With the ball for the Flivers, number 11, Owen Okinen. There's a shot short, but right there, the man on the spot was number 23, Gavin Trevelyan. Kingsford will work it in now. Cardell Morton, and I missed it.
They were trying to force the ball down low, and it just sailed out of bounds.
Turnover for the Kingsford Flivers. I looked down one moment to get the pronunciation on a player. Things happen in a hurry.
Yep, great start for the fourth quarter here. I mean,
Yep.
Orioles came in down 4, quickly tied it up, and all the momentum is in our favor right now.
With the ball, Spencer Holmes. Good to see all Oriole Nation here. And we're in the orange three-pointer. Up, no good there by Jack Stidham. There's a steal by Gunsel, had it for a moment, but getting the ball back, Gavin Grondin for the Kingsford Flivers. Remember, tomorrow night, OSN 102.7 WMOM, back at Big Rapids, a place where it'll be our 4th trip to this week. The Ludington Oriole girls taking on the Reed City Coyotes for a Division II District 35 championship. There's a deflection. Oh no! Oh, they're going to call a foul on Still. You got to be kidding me.
That's yeah, I don't know about that. David Schillinger went for the ball, grabbed the ball.
That should have been a tie-up, Big Country.
I totally agree.
We have a timeout.
And that is David Schillinger's 4th foul on the night.
Oh. That was garbage as far as I'm concerned. Hey, more shout-outs. Beata Needham tuned in. Sherry Eaton, also Deb Newberg. Sent out a shout to Richard Irwin. Also Kelly Smith Van Houten, listening from Hastings, Michigan, home of the Saxons. Randy Dureski, good buddy of mine. Jason Hathaway, Ryan Millspaw, John Olson. Thank you, Oriole Nation. Also Christina Simone, who's one of our sponsors. She says Kingsford is where her husband, Nick Simone, went to school.
Nice.
Oriole Nation, we're down to 5:42 left in the ball game. Ludington 32, Kingsford 32. Kingsford basketball. Kingsford will get the ball in. They get into their star player, Gavin Grondin. Grondin on the drive. He's in the lane. Shot up and in and out, no good. Kept alive. And they're going to call another foul on the Ludington Orioles. Wow.
That was another terrible call.
Kingsford basketball, 5:32 left in the game. Ludington 32, Kingsford 32. Flivers will get the ball in with it, number 23, that's Gavin Trevelyan. Now with the ball, Gavin Grondin. Gavin must be a popular name up there in Kingsford in the Upper Peninsula. 5:17 left. Kingsford on the attack, Grondin. And now they're going to call yet another foul on the Ludington Orioles. When didn't you think that should have been a traveling violation, Big Country?
I think that one was probably the most likely foul call out of the 3.
All right.
I wouldn't have called anything.
No. 5:12 left in the game, 32-32. With the ball, Morgan Slike inside. There's a block. Oh, a great block there by Cam Gunsel. And they're wanting a deflection right there, and the officials are saying, no, it was last touched by the Orioles.
That was a really nice block by Cameron Gunsel, but once again, the referee gives the ball to Kingsford.
Oh! There's
go.
a steal. Well, what happened? A foul, offensive foul called on Kingsford as Sunshine Schillinger came in for the steal there.
Yeah, the offensive foul on number 12 for Kingsford. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see the contact, but thankfully it is Ludington ball finally.
Morgan.
And after all that, Kingsford did not come away with a basket.
Morgan Slike called for the foul, and that might be the turning point right there. We'll see. Time will tell. 4:57 left in the game. Ludington 32, Kingsford 32. David Schillinger with the ball. He'll give it now to Cam Gunsel. Gunsel to Gage Jones. Oh my goodness! Gage Jones just got almost ran over.
And no foul call on that one.
Jones now, he'll give the ball to Jack Stidham.
He thought about shooting it.
Gunsel in the lane. To Holmes, now to Gage Jones. 4:23 left. Ludington 32, Kingsford 32. Shot up and no good there by Cam Gunsel. And here comes the Kingsford Flivers. In the lane, ball out of bounds. And they're going to say Kingsford basketball. Ludington knocked it out of bounds. We want to thank the McGee Insurance Group. They've been serving West Michigan since 1939. They provide quality insurance coverage tailored to fit your needs and budget. McGee Insurance services include auto, commercial, home, health, life, and umbrella insurance. McGee Insurance Group, 5965 West US 10, located next door to Ludington Chiropractic and Dr. Mark Yak. Call 231-845-5000. And Team Jamie Loney, 5-star real estate. And I was just talking about Christina Simone and her husband, Nick, who was a Kingsford High School graduate. If you're thinking about selling your home or property, let Team Jamie Loney and Christina Simone at 5-Star Real Estate help you. They'll walk you through the process step by step. Jamie and Christina take pride in their communication, organization, and putting clients' wants and needs first. Call Jamie Loney, 231-794-9740, or Christina Simone, 231-343-4598 today. Team Jamie Loney, 5-Star Real Estate, 513 South James Street in Ludington. You know, inside, up and in for Kingsford. Getting the basket, number 12, Morgan Slyke. Ludington on the attack. They're down 34-32. 4 minutes left in the ball game. A regional championship on the line. Gunsel with it. He'll give it now to Gage Jones. Jones to Gunsel.
They're continuing to face guard David Schillinger. Don't let him get the ball.
Holmes will give it now to Gunsel. Gunsel in the lane. Now to Gage Jones. 3:40 left. Schillinger with the ball. See if David Schillinger. Now he'll give it back to Spencer Holmes. Now over to Sunshine Schillinger. 3-point attempt. Holmes. No good. Rebound. Kingsford.
David has to be very careful for the rest of this game with those 4 fouls.
Yeah, 4 fouls.
If he gets a fifth, that would be
catastrophic for the Orioles. You know, and I try not to, and I've been getting better in my older years as far as being negative on the officiating, Big Country. It's a tough job. I wouldn't want to do it, but Ludington has tonight. It's been some, you would call.
I rarely disagree with the refs here, but I'm totally with you on this. We've had some bad calls in this fourth quarter.
All right, Kingsford with the ball. Let's see, we're still in this game, though. 34-32. There's a shot put up, no good. Ball fought for, out of bounds. That should be Ludington. It will be Ludington basketball. 2:49 to go. Kingsford 34, Ludington 32. The Orioles were up 22-19 at the half. They were outscored 13-6 in that third quarter. They were down 32-28 entering this fourth quarter. They're down 34-32 right now, and I'll tell you, both teams out there are playing some awesome defense, and both teams they're really working for everything they get.
They are. It's been low scoring, 4 points to 2 points here in this fourth quarter.
We want to thank Lundquist Furniture, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street, downtown Scottville. Family owned and operated since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Lundquist 231-757-3368. Also, Matt Ewing and Ludington Paint and Glass, mixing paint and service since 1948. The local store with more, located at 213 South James Street, downtown Ludington. Call LP&G at 843-8250. Ludington Paint and Glass, the local source for all of your projects. Proud to support Ludington Orioles sports while being a sponsor on the Orioles Sports Network. And of course, Mike Benedict and Benedict's Auto Center. They're located at 1742 US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. You can reach Mike 231-613-4111. Benedict's Auto Center, providing the best in auto body repairing and painting since the 1940s. They'll put collision damage in reverse. All right, 2:49 to go. Kingsford 34, Ludington 32. Ludington Oriole basketball.
We're going to need a little bit of a Coach Shank magic here.
All right, Schillinger with the basketball. Again, Kingsford 20-4 on the year, Ludington 19-6. Gunsel with the ball. He'll give it now to Schillinger. 2:35 to go. Schillinger trying to create right here. And now he'll take the ball back. He'll get a pick there. He'll take the shot up, no good. Rebound kept alive, but out of bounds. It will be Kingsford basketball.
Shot just a little bit too much power behind it. Cam Gunsel tried to get the tip out to him, but again, just a little bit too much power.
Kingsford basketball, 2:22 left in the game.
And they're going to try and do everything they can to take some time off the clock.
Yeah. Pregame with it. Pregame will give it to Gavin Grondin. And now a foul is going to be called on Ramirez, I believe.
Yeah, it's on Daniel Ramirez. It's only his second,
yeah.
So that's okay.
Ludington 4 team fouls, and again, Sunshine Schillinger playing with 4 fouls. That's going to take away some of his creativeness that is so magical about his game.
Yep.
All right, with the ball for Kingsford. Number 4, Jack Kreigel.
He's not going to be able to be quite so aggressive on his stealing attempts.
Kreigel guarded there by Spencer Holmes. With the ball, Gavin Grondin. Grondin will give the ball now to Gavin Trevelyan. Trevelyan with that. There's the steal by the Orioles. Schillinger, he's got Holmes open, up and good!
That's exactly what we need. Great job by Spencer Holmes. He got that back tip straight to Cam Gunsel, ran down the basket, or ran down the court, got a wide open basket.
Assist the Sunshine Schillinger basket to Spencer Holmes. Ludington 34, and the ball's thrown away! The ball's thrown away! Ludington's going to get the ball with 1:25 left, Big Country. And we got a tie game, 34 apiece.
Wow, how fast can things change just like that? I mean, it's a tie game and we have the ball. We're in control of this now.
Gage Jones on the court with Schillinger. He'll get the ball into Schillinger. You got Holmes out there, you got Gunsel, and you got Ramirez.
Oriole Nation is on their feet.
Yes, they are. Ludington 34, Kingsford 34. Schillinger with the basketball.
We're going to hold this ball for final shot.
Holmes with it now.
We've done a great job with it all year in this Carolina where we keep the ball away, keep it wide, keep the ball by half court.
Gage Jones, he'll give it now. Holmes with it. 54 seconds to go. Ludington's going to try to hold this ball. Oh, there's a steal. Shot up. Good by Kingsford. Oh, my goodness, a steal right there. Timeout on the floor. Ludington was going to try to hold for a last shot. Ball is stolen, and Kingsford goes in for a layup, and they have a 36-34 lead with 43 seconds to go in the ball game.
That's a tough break for Oriole team here, but it's not the end of the game. We still have the ball, only down 2.
I believe that was number 23, Gavin Trevelyan, with the steal there, and his first points of the game.
That's a great read by the Kingsford defender.
We want to thank Indian Summer, our exclusive player in the spotlight. Lately, it's been an assistant coach in the spotlight. Indian Summer, proud to be a sponsor of the Oriole Sports Network and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for this season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. And of course, our exclusive halftime show sponsor, Safe Harbor Credit Union, where your success is our success. We belong to you. Visit them at 5511 US 10 in Ludington or give them a call, 843-2323, Safe Harbor Credit Union. Pierre Marquette Builders, our exclusive starting lineup sponsor. They're located at 913 South Washington Avenue in Ludington. PM Builders construct quality homes in the West Michigan area. If you're looking to build, give Scott a call to set up an appointment, 231-398-7463. And be sure to stay tuned for the Smith and Eddy postgame show. They're the exclusive sponsors of that postgame show. Ludington trails 36-34. Still a lot of time left, Big Country, 43 seconds.
Oh, man, 43 seconds in a game like this, that's an eternity.
Oriole basketball. Spencer Holmes will get it into Schillinger. He'll give it back now to Holmes. Let's see what Coach Thad Shank has drawn up for his boys. Orioles down 36-34. Ramirez with it. He'll give it to Schillinger. Now to Gage Jones. Jones to Schillinger. 28 seconds left in the game. Schillinger. David at the free throw line. 22 seconds to go. Schillinger draws the foul. That'll be the 5th team foul, I believe, on Kingsford.
I think
Fourth.
that's the fourth.
I'm sorry, the 4th. That's
why
correct. That's correct.
The Kingsford coach is probably happy with that foul. I mean, you had one to give.
Yeah.
David Schillinger got around his defender a little bit. He had a bit of an open lane. I'm sure he would have gone up with it if he had the chance. So
Both teams with 4 team fouls. 20.3 seconds remain. Kingsford 36, Ludington 34. They don't get any more exciting than this. This is what March Madness is based on. Ramirez with it. He'll give it now to Schillinger. 15 seconds. Schillinger, shot blocked, and Schillinger goes down hard. It's still going to be Ludington basketball. 11.9 seconds remain. Timeout, Ludington.
wow.
Big shout out to Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive post-game sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee. A caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. And House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor. Delicious, yummy House of Flavors ice cream sold around the world, made right here in Ludington. They've been producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937. Pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. That's House of Flavors Manufacturing. Learn more at www.houseofflavors.com. Big Country, 11.9 seconds remain. Ludington trails by 2, 36-34. Here we go.
Here we go.
Bring back memories of Big Rapids last year, your district game.
I don't want to think about that right now, Scoop. Come on.
All right, positive vibes.
Yeah.
Positive vibes from Oriole Nation right now. All positive vibes. Timeout, Kingsford. Kingsford wanted to take a look and see how Ludington came out, and Kingsford calls a timeout.
Now you wonder if Coach Shank is going to change up the play a little bit.
We'll see here. Again, the Kingsford Flivers, 20-4 on the year, 6-2 in the Great Northern UP Conference. They were the runners-up in that Great Northern UP Conference. Ludington, 19-6, 10-2 runners-up in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. I talked to Kingsford coach Daniel Olkinen before the game. Seems like a really nice guy. I was talking with one of the Ludington teachers this morning when I was talking with Noah Lehman. Tim, I can't think of Tim, the teacher at Ludington. Tim, he was over in that same area with Noah Lehman today. And I recognize his face. I'm trying to think of his last name. He said he was really good friends with
Mr. Keith.
Yeah, Tim Keith. Tim Keith. Tim, you're out there watching and listening. A big shout out to you. The Flivers head coach Daniel Olkinen said to say hello right back to you. I went down and told him you had said hello this morning.
You tricked me with these teachers' first names.
Tim Keith. That's right, Tim Keith. Well, here we go, Big Country. What do you think the Orioles are going to do?
Well, in a situation like this, you always think the ball is going to David Schillinger, but that's exactly what Kingsford is thinking, so you wonder what Coach Shank. And like I said, they came out in a different scenario here, different lineup.
What a ball game. What a ball game this has been. Ludington, they will get it in to Schillinger. We have 8 seconds left in the game. Schillinger in the lane. He'll take the shot. It's up. It's no good. Rebound to Kingsford and a foul. Oh, no.
It's okay. It's not over yet. 2.9 seconds left. They're shooting 2 free throws. It's their big guy. I don't know if the stereotype holds up, but big guys usually aren't the best free throw shooters. So we'll see how it goes.
David took the shot, and it was just short. It hit the front of the rim right there, bounced out, rebound.
It was a really tough shot. It was heavily contested by the free throw line, fade away.
Give a lot of credit to the Kingsford defense. I mean, they have played, their defense is impressive, Kingsford's.
Yeah, especially in the second half.
Yep. Taj Williams has checked into the Oriole lineup. Timeout, Ludington. I think they're going to call him, or maybe not. You got.
I think Coach Shank wanted it after the first shot.
Okay. You got Gage Jones, you got Daniel Ramirez, you got Cam Gunsel, you got Taj Williams in the game, and Spencer Holmes. First free throw, in and out, no good. Now there's only
no timeout.
Yeah, there's only 2.9 seconds remaining in the ball game. Orioles are going to have to get the ball up the court in a hurry, Big Country. This has been a great regional championship game. He gets the second free throw. Timeout, Ludington. So Kingsford has a 3-point lead now. And the big guy there, Jacob Markworth, got 1 of 2 free throws. Kingsford leads 37-34. Full timeout on the court. Timeout, Ludington. Coach Thad Shank's got his boys down there right now. He's talking with them in the huddle right down in front of us.
It's going to take a bit of a miracle here. Down 3. We can send it to overtime. 2.9 seconds, I believe. It's not a lot of time, but it's enough to get a good shot.
Definitely. We need all Oriole Nation out there tuned in. Send positive thoughts, positive vibes up to Gaylord, Michigan, to the Ludington Orioles here.
I will say 3 years ago, we were down by 3 in this exact same situation, a regional final to Escanaba. It was a 3-pointer for David Schillinger just off the mark.
I remember that.
Yep.
I think that was at Traverse City Central High School.
Traverse City Central.
Yep. All right, we have 2.9 seconds remain. Ludington's got to go the full length, don't they?
Yes, they do.
So they got to go the full length of the court. Let's see if they run their football play here.
I doubt it. The football play is more to just get the ball in bounds and prevent a steal.
Yeah, you're exactly right on that, Big Country. No doubt on that. Let's see what Coach Shank has drawn up. Ludington trails 37-34. They need a 3-pointer to send this game to overtime.
This looks very similar to the play we ran last year versus Big Rapids, which got us a 3.
So Gage Jones. Gage will get the ball in. Holmes, shot blocked, and that'll do it. Oh, no. Spencer Holmes got a shot off, but it was blocked. You're right. Beautiful pass there by Gage Jones. And Spencer Holmes took the shot. You think that was all ball?
Yeah, I don't think that was a foul. I think we ran the play perfectly. It was a perfect pass from Gage Jones, and that's the shot you want. The Kingsford defender just did a good job. You know, he was right in his face. So,
what a heartbreaking loss for the Ludington Orioles as they fall to the Kingsford Flivers by the score of 37-34. But what a high school basketball game.
Yeah, it doesn't get much more exciting than that. You know, it would have been amazing to come away with a win, but one team's got to lose. You know, today it was us, but this doesn't take anything away from this amazing season that the Ludington Orioles have had. Kind of brought us back into the whole winning atmosphere. We've had a few years off from district championships, brought us back to that situation, and they did a great job all night.
Ludington finishes its year a great season for the Orioles, 19-7, a district championship, and oh, so close to a regional title. The Kingsford Flivers, they will move on to the Elite Eight, to the state quarterfinals in Division II with a 21-4 record. And we look at that final quarter. The Flivers, I'll tell you what, points were at a premium for both teams the whole game, but you look at that fourth quarter, Big Country, and the Flivers, Ludington held them to 5 points. Unfortunately, the Flivers held Ludington to just 6 points. So Ludington outscored 11-10 in the first quarter. They outscored Kingsford 12-8 in the second quarter. Flivers outscored the Orioles 13-6 in the third, and Ludington outscores Kingsford 6-5 in the fourth. Ludington led 22-19 at the half. The Orioles were down 32-28 at the end of 3, and they fall 37-34. Points for the Orioles, 5 for Taj Williams, 5 for Spencer Holmes. Sunshine Schillinger ends his brilliant career as a Ludington Oriole with, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 points. 3 points for Gage Jones, 2 for Daniel Ramirez, 7 points for Cam Gunsel. For the Kingsford Flivers, 1 point for Jack Kreigel, 5 points for Jacob Markworth, 2 for Gavin Trevelyan, 4, 6, 8, 10 points for Morgan Slike, and Gavin Grondin. He was as advertised, folks, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 points for Gavin Grondin. And Kingsford defeats the Ludington Orioles in a tremendous high school boys basketball game, 37-34. Boy, this is gonna really hurt the Ludington Orioles. It'll be a long ride home for them, Big Country, but they have nothing to feel ashamed about.
Yeah, exactly. I hope they can keep their heads up high. They played a fantastic season, made it further than a Ludington team has in years, and you got to give all the credit to this Kingsford team. They came out in the second half. They knew what they had to do. They knew how they had to change it up, and they did a great job doing that. They took advantage of our size mismatch, and this is a great team, and you know, you always hope the team you lose to is the one that goes on to win the state championship, right? So we'll be rooting for the Flivers the rest of the way.
You know, I didn't think that Kingsford really took advantage of Ludington, the size advantage, until the second half.
Exactly, yep. I think at halftime, I'm guessing their coach stressed that point, and they did a good job listening.
Sunshine Schillinger ends his tremendous Ludington Oriole basketball career with 1,776 points. What can you say about your good friend David Sunshine Schillinger?
Yeah, he's a legendary player. You know, he'll live on in Ludington history for a long time to come. Just, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think he's going on to play basketball, but he could if he wanted. But he's got a bright future in things other than basketball.
And Ludington basketball has a bright future ahead of it. We're losing some tremendous seniors, and those seniors who had their last game here tonight at Gaylord High School: Robbie Killips, Spencer Holmes, Derek Dunsel, David Sunshine Schillinger, Luke Hackert, Jack Stidham, Gage Jones, Daniel Ramirez, and Joe Benz. What a great group of guys.
Yeah, great group of guys. They've been dedicated to this program for years, and you got to feel for them. You know, going out in a close game is always sad, but it's sad in the moment. But, you know, you look back, you say, oh, if I could have done this, if I could have done that. But they just got to reflect. It was an amazing season. They did a lot of amazing things.
A tremendous season for our Ludington boys basketball team, ending up 19-7. Again, you know, you look at, I was talking to Coach Shank about this the other day. Of their 7 losses this year, now counting the one tonight as well, 3 of them came to Division I schools, in Cadillac and also Grand Haven and Traverse City West. They had the 2 losses to the number 2 ranked team in Division II there, Whitehall, won by 2 points, the one at Hawley Gym. And then they had a loss to an always tough Spring Lake team coached by Billy Core, another coaching legend just like Coach Shank. And that was 58-53 at Hawley. Then a tough loss to a 21-win team here tonight to the Kingsford Flivers by 3 points.
Yeah, like we've said, nothing to be ashamed about. Fantastic season. Eventually in all these runs, unless you win the state championship, you're going to meet your match. And they just met theirs tonight.
There's only one team in each division, and that makes 4 teams, Big Country, that can say that won their last game of the season, won the state championship. Everybody else, the season ends for them that way.
And we've seen some success here in the recent years. It's only fair that some other teams get some too.
Yeah. Gaylord has been a place that's been very, very good to us over the years, as well as Mount Pleasant. You know, both our boys and our girls team. You think about that magical run our girls team had a few years ago with Ryan Rohr and Keelan Laird and those girls, and Abby Banstra, and also Annie Klein. 3 tremendous sophomores on that team who are seniors this year. Emma McKinley, back home listening in Hawley Gym right now. Also Carly Mesher, and the third, Riley Stone. And, of course, Jenna Skiba was on that team as well. And we wish the best for our Ludington Oriole girls tomorrow. They'll be at Big Rapids High School taking on the Reed City Coyotes. And we hope to see all of Oriole Nation out there supporting the Ludington Oriole girls team tomorrow at Big Rapids High School as the Ludington Oriole girls go for a Division II District 35 championship against the Coyotes of Reed City. I know Coach Shank said that the Ludington boys will be there in full force supporting the girls team tomorrow at Big Rapids.
Yep, our Ludington basketball postseason run isn't over yet.
That is correct. We want to thank Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive post-game sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance of Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. Remember, folks, check out the OSN page later tonight. We'll have the final score. We'll have the box score up there with the scoring by quarters, individual scoring, and also all the other regional championship basketball action in our area, games of interest. They'll be posted up on the Oriole Sports Network page later this evening. Big Country, it's been a blast doing games with you this year, and I hope we continue next season doing games of the Ludington Orioles.
I've enjoyed it a lot. Thanks to Oriole Nation for making this possible. You know, we love to do this, and we love to support the team and the whole community.
Exactly. And one other thing, too. Let's give Kingsford, I think we hit on it a bit, but give Kingsford a lot of credit with the way they guarded Sunshine tonight as well, too. They face guarding them for just about all of the game, or at least good portions of it. And he really had to work and create to try to get his shots tonight. And even then, Kingsford did an awesome job on him. Yeah, then he dished to a teammate. He dished to an open teammate then.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, no, they did a great job on David Schillinger, but they did a great job on our team as a whole.
On everyone.
I've never met their coach or talked to their coach, but just from watching this game, I got to imagine he's a fantastic one. he came in here and had the exact right game plan that they needed to beat this Ludington team, and he got his team to execute it perfectly.
Yeah, Coach Daniel Olkinen, and you're right on him. And Tim Keith said he was a great guy when I talked to Tim at Ludington High School earlier today, and he seems like a great guy. I enjoyed my short chat with him when I was down getting Kingsford's starting lineup and going over the pronunciations. And, I thought I might have a few tough pronunciations with Kingsford, but relatively straightforward. The one player who I was really looking forward to announce didn't get in tonight for them, senior, number 32, Caden Cherubini. And I said to Coach Olkinen, I said, that's a good Italian name for living up there in Kingsford, up in the UP. And I said, you've got a good Finnish name. He said, you got it there. And I said, well, I'm a Dane, Hansen, Hansen. So we had a big laugh about that.
Nice.
We're waiting for Coach Thad Shank to come up.
I don't think we're going to get him today, Scoop.
You don't think so? It's obviously Big Country got to be a very emotional time, not only for him, but for his players. And we may not. I'll tell you what, we'll give it about another minute here. And
I've been a part of 3 of these speeches that he gives, and they're really great. It means a lot to the team. I remember all 3 of them, and they take a while. So.
Coach Shank is the GOAT as far as us Oriole Nation folks are concerned. And we hope that, we really hope, Big Country, that tonight was not his final game as Ludington boys varsity basketball coach.
Yeah, I hope it never ends, but everything has to come to an end eventually. And he's had an amazing career. Whether he stays or leaves, we'll always be thankful for what he's given this program.
Yeah, he went over his 400th career victory earlier this season. And I believe the last check he was at 408 or 409, somewhere in that vicinity. But just think, all that, besides the numbers, in all the great players who've come through Ludington, Coach Shank, what he has done with them as a great basketball mind, but also what he does for them as everyday human beings.
Yeah, I firsthand, I've seen it. Most of these men that have come out of this program would not be how they are today without the guidance of Coach Shank. He has done immense things for this program, but I think he's done even more immense things for the whole community, guiding these young men, showing them the right way to live, how to treat others. It's an amazing thing what he does.
It certainly is, and I would be remiss if I didn't do this. I do this at least once a year. I do a roll call of Ludington Oriole first-team boys All-Staters, and I found my list today, and this goes out to all the Oriole fans out there. Here are our first-team All-Staters: 1953 Pete Tillotson, 1954 Pete Tillotson, 1955 Dean Adams, 1957 Wally Sadasti, 1958 Steve Shaner, 1960 Harry Volkers. Also in 1953, Lee Shaner was a Detroit Free Press All-Stater. 1960, again, Harry Volkers. 1962, Van Tillotson. 1963, Mike Evans, my dad's all-time favorite player. 1971, Mike Larson. 72, Mike Larson. 75, Steve Hull. 1981, Kevin Poodle Johnson. 1994, 1995, Chad Holmes. In 2009, Gabe Rivera. And we've had several very, very talented ball players who have received honorable mention All-State. Personally, I thought that Peyton Lacombe and Joshua Lehman and Sunshine Schillinger should have garnered more support for being an All-Stater.
Oh man, you're leaving me out there, Scoop.
Well, you're just one of my all-time favorites, period, Big Country.
I'm just kidding. I know. We might, I don't know. I don't follow high school basketball in Michigan quite as closely as I maybe should, but maybe we'll have another one added on there this year.
Well, hopefully we will. He definitely deserves it in Sunshine Schillinger. What a game by our boys. You really feel for them. They played their hearts out tonight, and they gave their all.
Yep.
They just came up 3 points shy to the Kingsford Flivers. And with that, I think I'm going to agree with you, Big Country. We are going to sign off. Coach Shankin talking with his boys right now. But I want to thank you, and I want to thank Mason Conger for the great job you guys have done this year with the Oriole Sports Network and also with 102.7 WMOM. Huge thanks to Chris Nicholas, the owner, station manager of 102.7 WMOM. Also to Thad Shank, our OSN executive director and producer. Also to Julia Habman, a tremendous job she has done as a technical engineer. Also to all the other color commentary, man. Evan McKinley, Kyle Gerzinski, and Thad has done some color commentary. Warren Stowe has. We've also had some athletic director Greg Piscadna sat in for a game recently, and we also had with us Troy Veneman. And I hate to be remiss. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. With that said, for our executive producer, executive director, the GOAT, as far as we're concerned, of coaching in Michigan, Thad Shank. Also for Chris Nicholas, who I mentioned earlier at 102.7 WMOM. For Mason Conger, our technical engineer for the OSN at 102.7 WMOM. And for my partner tonight, the one and only Big Country, Matthew Westhouse. This is the voice of the Ludington Orioles, Todd Scoop Hansen, saying so long from Gaylord High School. Once again, your final score in the regional number 9 Division II championship game. The Kingsford Flivers 37, the Ludington Orioles 34. Oriole Nation, you stay classy. We'll be back with you tomorrow night from Big Rapids High School, the Ludington Orioles and the Reed City Coyotes, as the girls go for a district championship. Until then, take care.
You've been listening to high school sports here on the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. This high school sports event was brought to you by House of Flavors Manufacturing, House of Flavors Restaurant, Safe Harbor Credit Union, Indian Summer Co-op, Smith & Eddy Insurance. Also in part by PM Builders, Benedict's Collision, Lundquist Furniture, Crown and Cork Waterfront Kitchen, Ludington Paint and Glass. In addition, today's game is brought to you by Urca Auto Center, Team Jamie Loney 5-Star Real Estate, McGee Insurance, Ludington Chiropractic, and Groundworks Landscaping. Join us again for more high school sports with the partnership between Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM.